And so the time has come for me to make my choice, for me to make my decision. Am I going to attempt to see I Love Boosters 2026 film opening day tomorrow, Thursday, 22 May 2026 AD? And I am going to make the attempt. And so, here I, Tanis, she, her, hers of Seattle, talk through my vision for a 2026 film, I Love Boosters, leading approach for spending a day at the cinema on 22 May 2026, with the leading being seeing the film on opening day, Friday, 22 May 2026, at a movie theater in my American hometown of Seattle, Regal Thornton Place. I know, it's been all Cinebar inside the theater thus far, and so we are taking a adventure tomorrow. That's going to be the approach. So my American hometown here in the United States of America, American hometown, is Seattle. And within Seattle, there are different neighborhoods. And the neighborhood of Northgate, which I don't know if the boundaries have changed. Like, the Northgate I'm from, it's a very large cinema. It's a multiplex. It's a cineplex that's multiple stories. There's even, I can't remember if there's an escalator or not. It's like multiple stories. There's a bunch of different auditoriums, a bunch of different movies. And it's not actually too far from the house that I lived in when I was a baby. Okay, so this is my home, I think it's the closest theater to that house. So that's a cool thing from my perspective. So I'm going home for this one. I'm taking you guys home with me, and so a big one is for just basic logistics is my unlimited pass. I have a Regal unlimited pass, so I've been using that at one theater, so I get to see if it is at it should work at another, so far as I'm aware, but I gotta find that out. And then I've seen movie trailers and movie posters for I Love Boosters, and so in the spirit of the movie, I have decided to dress up. I haven't worn my yellow sweater to a theater yet, so I'm going to do my yellow sweater. And I am also going to do the movie studios for I Love Boosters. It looks kind of like, it looks a bit like a fashion movie, or at least fashion inspired. I haven't seen it, so I don't know for sure. But it has bright colors in the advertisement. And it's dominantly an African-American cast, and there's like that one guy, white guy who was like, William Fortney, who played Gally in the Maze Runner series. But it also has like Don Cheadle, I think Kiki Palmer. It looks like a really good cast. But I saw this is my ensemble, so to speak, of what I'm thinking of wearing. And so the leading here part of this is going to be they have like a 10:30 a.m. showing. Now, so show times can change and stuff like that. So I'm like, leading is kind of putting the leading spot as I Love Boosters. That is why I am going. And so that is kind of, I'd say, like prioritizing. They have, not too far from the theater, QFC, which is a Seattle-founded grocery chain. And so I was thinking maybe getting like, finally figuring out my popcorn, and I was like, to prevent a monopoly, or like if different theaters chains have like different popcorn offerings, I was like, maybe I should go like for consistency and non-monopoly stuff, go for something from the grocery store. So I was like, oh, like a pint of ice cream or frozen novelty. But so pick that out possibly before find parking there. It used to be a mall. I still call it a mall. The utility has kind of changed. Per what I read online, it sounds like the parking lot is shared parking between like the mall / what's left of the mall and the movie theater. And so I think I could, and it said it's open 24 hours. So I'm just like, all right, I'm going to check signage. So essentially what the deal is, like, go find food, find parking, do my before movie snack primer, go for I Love Boosters, and if like I can leave my car there and like go to the surroundings, then make it a day at the cinema with two kind of possible restorative justice themes. So restorative justice is like if people have been disadvantaged or groups have been disadvantaged in the past or not necessarily treated the best in the past, it's kind of like doing something to kind of make it right. So I was like, it's a very female heavy cast and there's a very African American heavy cast. And so two movies that, looking at the schedule, have caught my attention for a female kind of continuation of restorative justice would be The Devil Wears Prada 2, which is also a female lead and heavy cast. And then the other option would be Michael, which is the 2026 film Michael about Michael Jackson. So I've seen both of those before, and between showings, I'm thinking of, they have a Five Guys by the entrance of the movie theater. This is all from, like, this is from remembering. Okay, so if things have changed, then I get to adapt at the time. But so there was a Five Guys by kind of like the entrance, not too far from the ticket booth of the theater, and then they're across the street by the parking, the mall parking, that is Red Robin Gourmet Burgers and Brews, which was founded in Seattle. And so I was like, maybe, depending on what the movies are. And then there's also the movie theater food. All right. So if like, so kind of like seeing, like, depending on how much time I have between showings, like if I decide to kind of take a leisurely approach, maybe like walk over to Red Robin, check on my car, make sure it's okay. Otherwise, pull out my device, and zoom in. Can I see my car from the multiplex? Zoom in with zoom. Can I see? Is everything okay? And then stay and go to a movie like right away. Or if I have more time, walk over to Red Robin, and depending on the wait time, then eat there and go back. Otherwise, if the wait time's too long or something, go to Five Guys. But yeah, I've had Red Robin on this channel before. I have not had Five Guys on this channel before, and I haven't had Five Guys, period. But yeah, so it's very much like there's one thing I'm kind of going after, and if I get like green lights and check marks, kind of it's okay to go ahead signs kind of throughout, then I might stay for another. This has been this is where my cardiology self-experimentation meets military service-inspired movie-going, training, and execution in this spending a day at the cinema attempt. So yeah, this is a bit of it's for this training and execution, and then thinking also of like a really big production for this as well as the Odyssey. And the coconuts of Moana are beating their drums on this one. Here Comes Summer. If you guys remember the movie Moana, there's little coconuts and there's like drums or something. Or is that the new one? And I saw that in a movie trailer. Something like that. And then the Duwamish wildlife babies showed up in numbers today too. So I'm female, she, her, hers, but I'm also Euro Native American. And so if I go the restorative justice kind of on the race / ethnicity side, so for the full day, so that'd be the Michael Jackson biopic, the second slot. The wildlife showed up. They're like, but we're babies, so we also support the women, because the women gave birth to the babies. So either way, there's Native American wildlife support for this attempt tomorrow. And they were out, and I gave them a snack a little before 7. I saw 2 baby bunny rabbits about a little before 7 p.m. and then like 2:40 p.m. I saw a baby western gray squirrel. But they're very supportive of this, and they're like, we can take dinner later. So we've figured out a feeding schedule for tomorrow as well. So there we go. That is a 2026 film, I Love Boosters, leading approach for spending a day at the cinema on 22 May 2026.